so happy we alive.
Here's Roger Christie, and maybe you could tell me what your association with Philip has been and what's...
Frederick.
Frederick, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Frederick is a fairly new member of the THC ministry, about 3 months, I think. He saw my ad in the newspaper, asked to be ordained and to join up, and so I made that happen and showed him how to accept the separation of the benefits of the separation of church and state where it comes to cannabis sacrament is concerned. So Frederick got the paperwork in his hands, in his wallet, and then was out enjoying his life when he got stopped at a roadblock, a traffic stop, and he can tell the story from here, what his experience was at that traffic stop.
How long ago was this, Frederick?
Oh, this about 3-4 weeks now.
Mm-hmm, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks and a half. And came to a traffic stop. I guess when they check, the registration, make sure everything's okay with the car.
Here in Hilo?
Yeah, right in Hilo, going down to 4 miles. There was a little roadblock, and they stopped me, and they saw my little joint or whatever. So they asked me to step out the car, and they searched my car. And when they searched my car to get my wallet, they look at my THC ministry card. And honestly, the police officer said he don't even want to deal with it. He just gave me my card, my joint back, and told me to leave. He said he didn't want to deal with the paperwork, and just told me to leave.
You're kidding.
I swear. He said he don't even want to deal with it and just left. He just told me to go.
Now, did he find your THC ministry card, or did you bust your THC ministry card out?
He opened my wallet.
He did?
Yeah, he opened my wallet because I was still, he was searching me and I can't move. And he busted out and he seen it himself and he looked at it, showed him my ID with it, and he said he don't even want to deal with the paperwork.
Really?
And he said just go, I didn't want to deal with the paperwork because my license, everything was concurrent with the car. And he said he didn't want to deal with it, so he just left.
Really?
So he said just go.
That's pretty incredible.
I thought so too.
Really?
Because I'm gonna be honest, my heart was pumping for a minute, but I was like, oh, cool, well, I can go ahead and smoke my joint.
So, have you talked with other members of the ministry who've had experiences like this?
Not recently, no. I can't say. Because I know a lot of people, by surprising, a lot of my friends are part of THC ministry that I never knew. But they're using the card to its fullest effect and going by the guide rules and the lines. So legally, everybody is in the right state of frame of what to do, abiding by the THC ministry laws and versus the government laws. So everybody's a winner. So therefore, the police and the government can't say anything. So as far as I know, that anybody who's part of the THC ministry is living very suitable without getting harassed. So everybody's living comfortable.
And people can find out about getting their THC ministry packet from www.tHC-ministry.org. Frederick, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, no problem.
Aloha. Good evening, and welcome to Louisville Late Night. This is in gorgeous Hilo, Hawaii. And we're visiting the beautiful Hawaiian Isle this evening and have a wonderful opportunity to talk with you who is joy to many out here, a very unusual individual, Roger Christie. Roger he's been very active in organizing a change of heart regarding the spiritual use of cannabis. And without a lot of further ado, I'm going to introduce Roger, but first I want to briefly share with you a newspaper article here. It's as you can see, the article says, I'm just going to read part of it for you. It says, Roger Christie, self-proclaimed religious, medical, and industrial practitioner of cannabis hemp, has succeeded in forcing Mayor Yamashiro and 6 members of the Hawaii County Council before Circuit Court to answer allegations they continue to willfully and repeatedly violate the spirit and letter of the Charter of the County of Hawaii and their sworn oath of office by authorizing, funding, and levying a paramilitary civil war. Parentheses, the Marijuana Eradication Program, also known as Green Harvest, Counter Cannabis, etc., upon the people and lands of the county in blatant violation of Section 316 Mandatory Program Review. Their actions have resulted in massive and sustained personal, familial, social, economic, and cultural damage to the inhabitants of the county and state as a whole. His lawsuit also charges that the defendants have engaged in deceptive political practices designed to subvert our democratic institution by voting on a program review and then failing to deliver one. The petition to the court continues. Programs authorized and funded by the defendants have denied justice, destroyed domestic tranquility, reduced the general welfare, created crime, encouraged hard drug abuse, and lessened the blessings of liberty for all inhabitants. County, state, and federal appropriations to fund the marijuana eradication program were not duly made. And the article goes on to describe what has been a very unusual event out here in Hawaii, to say the very least. Roger, please describe for us wherever you want to begin, with the THC ministry or with the specific. Maybe you could tell us a little about the specific event.
Sure. Finish the thought on that one. Aloha to everybody, and good night, Louisville. Good evening, Louisville.
Louisville late night.
All right, Louisville late night, and everybody that's watching, aloha. This action that I created was a result of being an activist for many years here on the Big Island and trying different venues for legalization efforts. It's my feeling that the law must be changed at the closest level of government to home, and that being our county government. We have county, state, and federal law. People are familiar with federal law about marijuana and state laws about marijuana, and very few people are familiar with the power of the county. And our county charter here in Hawaii County has 2 brilliant sections in it, and one demands a mandatory program review, which is more than an audit. It's a accounting term which requires people to look at, actually independent people, to take a critical look at any county program and find out if there are any unintended consequences with the county money spent. And it's a check and balance. It's a beautiful thing designed to make sure that government's accountable. It was voted in by the good people of Hawaii County in the late 1970s because of the excesses of Watergate, and they took the extraordinary measure to put something on the ballot and pass it here by a 70-some% margin. However, in the many years that have passed since that program review, mandatory program review was passed, there's never been one that's been done. And when I realized that, I saw that we had grounds for malfeasance, misfeasance, and non-feasance in office. And I could force, with 100 signatures, with the fantastic leverage of 100 registered voters, I could write a petition, a lawsuit petition, and get 100 registered voters to sign it, and it would cause the trial in circuit court. And that's exactly what happened. I was, after many years as an activist, hoping and praying that there would be enough support in the community and maybe from state and federal levels, from people from other places as well, to help fund a legalization effort, which never really came through here on the Big Island. So I decided to take the most effective action that I could as an individual. And I realized that the other section of the county charter called